So first, we'll go ahead and start with some general information related to the Fall 2 submission. So I'll go ahead and start with a quick overview of the file types submitted during the Fall 2 reporting period, and the key points we'll be covering for each. So first up will be the staff demographic, the SDEM file. This is where you will report your teachers of record and close out employment records for staff who have retired or left your LEA. Next is the staff assignment, or the SASS file. Here you'll report job classifications, FTEs, full-time equivalents, and any non-classroom based assignments. Then we will move on to course section enrollment, CRSE, and student course section enrollment, the SCSE files. These files capture a wide range of data, including course attributes, grade level ranges, subcategories, SPED, home and hospital, English learner services, distance learning, and independent study indicators. And finally, we will have the post-secondary status, the PSTS file. This file includes survey results for graduates, completers, and CT completers, giving insight into their post-high school plans. So before moving on, I want to go over some important dates for Fall 2 in the suggested milestones. So again, October 1st is and was Census Day. The submission window is currently open, and the recommended date for zero errors for Fall 2 is February 6th of 2026. Fall 2 certification deadline is on 2/27, and there is no amendment window. So now let's shift gears and talk about who's involved in making Fall 2 reporting happen. So like all CalPADS submission, Fall 2 is a team effort. It simply can't be done alone. At the center of this effort is the CalPADS LEA coordinators, as shown on this slide, who acts as a hub connecting staff across schools, offices, and departments to gather the data needed for a successful submission. As the CalPADS coordinator, your role includes communicating expectations and resources to school site staff, ensuring data is accurate and complete for each site, creating accurate data picture of your LEA and CalPADS. You'll also collaborate closely with human resources to align staff credentialing, assignments, and FT percentages. Program specialists for student program data, English learner specialists for EL services, curriculum specialists to verify course standards, and special education staff for students with disability. So bottom line, you can't certify Fall 2 accurately or on time without your data team. So start building those connections early and reach out as often to ensure the data is accurately being reflected. So on this slide, you'll see the recommended submission sequence for Fall 2. So each file type should be submitted and posted in a specific order. You will start with the staff demographic, the SDEM file, and then move on to staff assignment, the SASS file, course section file, the CRSE file, the student course section, the SCSE, and the post-secondary status file, PSTS file. So files should be submitted in this order as the file types are interdependent. Files lower in the sequence rely on the data from those above them. For example, you must submit and post staff demographic records before submitting staff assignments or course section records. Skipping this order can trigger errors like SAS 0121, missing non-classroom based assignment codes, CRSE 0220, staff demographic record missing a seed. And another example is the SCSE 0139 error, missing course section records. So even though CalPADS may technically allow you to post these files out of order, doing so can lead to validation errors during certification. So while the PSTS file is different, we recommend submitting it last, but it can be submitted at a sequence if needed. This is the only file that is not interdependent with the rest of the files submitted. So this slide will help you clarify how different record types in Fall 2 are connected and why submission order matters. So let's go ahead and break it down. The seed for the staff from the staff demographic, the SDEM file, is the key link. It connects the staff member for both the staff assignment and course section records. So because SASS and CRSE and SCSE all rely on the seed, the SDEM file must be submitted first. So after that, you would submit the SASS file and the CRSE files. The course section ID from the CRSE file then links the student course section, so the SC record. The SSID, which comes from the SSID enrollment record submitted in Fall 1, ties the SC record to the student. And the post-secondary status file is an exemption. It's processed independently from the other Fall 2 files, but it still requires that the student had an enrollment in your LEA during the prior year. So before moving on to discussing each of the file types, I want to share the tools for a successful Fall 2 submission. So first up, the CALPADS system documentation, which includes several key documents. It includes the CALPADS code set. You will use this to find valid coded values for fields and troubleshoot code-related errors. You will also find the file specification, provides data submission requirements at the individual field and file specification level, as well as information on CALPADS file processing methods. You will also find the valid code combinations. This will help you avoid validation errors by showing which codes can be used together. And then the error list, where you can find a description of each error and offers suggestions for resolving them. Next up is the CALPADS user manual. This guides you through the reporting process and helps you understand how the data flows into certification reports. And then also shown on this slide is the CTC credentialing resources. These pages support credential analysis in verifying staff authorizations for both instructional and non-instructional roles, and also assignment monitoring and CalSASS tools. This web page contains CalSASS training, documentation, and video tutorials, to name a few. So all of these resources should be linked in the slide deck we've distributed for this session.